All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott from Jeff Teaches Programming. In the last set of videos, these 5 right here, I created a third version of our BMI application. It's time to move forward. So now what we're going to do is 2 things. First, I want to let you know, yes, I did fix this. And let's see, where are we here? If you go out to right here, you'll find all the code so far that's out there for this part of the course. In other words, all the front-end stuff, the example and the 3 BMI programs are all out on https://github.com/JeffTeachesProgramming/frontend. All right. So I'm going to add to it right now because there is a payroll 01 and a payroll 02 in there, but they're both empty. All right, so I'm going to start to fill those up right now. So if you want to see the working version of any of the BMIs, you can go out to right here. Okay. All right. So let's bring up Visual Studio Code. And I'm going to close all of this. And then I'm going to open File. See, this is all that's in there right now. All right, those URLs that I gave you. So you've got these if you want those. Should have added my YouTube URL under there also, but you know, if you are not YouTube, GitHub, but if you're on GitHub, you can already get there. All right, so there's all that. And I do want to mention, before I even bring these up, I want to show you. If you don't know what GitHub is or anything about it, you can go out to this URL right here. So it's yet another one. So you can go out there to https://www.getkraken.com/ I don't know if that's a 1 or an L. I think it's an L. Let's see. Yep, it's an L. LP-get-cheat-sheet-2025. You put in your email there and you're able to download a Git cheat sheet, which should explain to you probably everything you'll need to know. All right, so I'm going to go into my payroll 01 and I'm going to open up index, which is empty. I'm going to open up my styles, which is empty, and I'm going to open up script.js, which is empty. So I've got 3 empty files in here. In this video, what I hope to do is to do all the HTML. All right, and I want to use this HTML for both versions, so I've modified it, this and the CSS, so that hopefully I'll be able to do that. What's going to be different drastically between the 2 versions will be the JavaScript. So I'm going to come in here and type in HTML:5 and hit enter. So I've got my beginning template. So this will say payroll, how about this? Yeah, that's fine. Payroll application version 01. Okay. All right. We're going to put in our link tag. All right, down at the bottom, we're going to put in here okay. That's everything we need in the head section, so let's go down to our body section here. And let's set this up. So, okay, we're going to make a header here. We'll give it a class of app header. It's our application's header. We'll use that later when we're doing some CSS. Let's make an H1 here, and we'll put in again payroll, payroll application is fine. And then we're going to put here paragraph tag. Okay, that's about it for the header section here. We have a main section here. And we're going to put a bunch of different stuff in here. Alright, hopefully I can get all this done in one lecture. The first thing we're going to have is an input. I'm going to call it input card because that's kind of what it is. And this is going to hold most everything that we have. All right. Fix that. You know what I think I'm going to do too? After we have employee entry here, I think what I'm going to do is right here, I'm going to put in a div. And I'm going to end the div down here. So all this will be in a div. All right. We'll move all that over. There we go. Now I don't think, probably at least on file, save all. Not going to look like much right now, but I do have this. Okay. All right. Next, we're going to have something. These are going to be our dynamic fields. So in other words, we're going to put in the stuff for the hourly employee, the stuff for the piece worker employee, the stuff for the commission worker employee, and the stuff for the salaried worker employee. Okay? So let's just put in a comment here that says dynamic employee fields. All right, well now let's fill them in. Okay, so you can see how I'm setting this up here. Okay, so that's the first one. Since I don't believe, let's see. Okay, so that's going to be our hourly. Now this is going to be hidden, of course, but down below you're going to see the other three types as well. Let's see where we are for time. Okay, we're at 18 minutes. Let's grab another div. Put it right below. This one will be hourly rate. That should be good. All right, so that's the first one. And let's see, so those are hourly fields. I think I'll be able to copy this and then start to make changes. Let's go down to here. All right, so now we are into, that's hourly, and this is piece worker. Got to be at least something, so we'll put a penny in there. right, then we've got our commission. Hopefully I'm not missing anything in here. Let's just do this in increments of, I don't know, 1,000. All right, the last one is very similar to this one. So, I'm just going to copy all of it, I guess, and remove a little bit right away. Get rid of this second one here because it's just a salary. Okay. Again, we'll step it up by 1,000 each time. So let's save that. Run it. It's going to be ugly as heck right now because there's been absolutely no CSS given for it. So let's make this smaller. Okay. So you can see it's, I guess you could say in a way at least, it's coming together. All right. That's about half of it right now, so I think this is a good place to stop, and I'll finish this in the next video. See you then.